afternoon and welcome everybody to the Wild Earth Sunset Safari. We are getting things started off this afternoon at Djuma Private Game Reserve. My name is Tristan Riddle, and behind the camera this afternoon we have Odie. It's turned into quite a nice, glorious sunny day after a pretty gloomy, overcast morning. Just to get started for the afternoon here at Djuma, like I mentioned, after a pretty gloomy morning, the sun really has come out and it's turned into a pretty spectacular day. We've come down to a watering hole to see what activity is going on. Got a couple of hippos just enjoying the cooling effects of the water, with a couple of birds on their back. Looks like it might be a couple of oxpeckers hitching a ride with the hippos.
Look at that, doing the hammerkop shuffle. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh yes, and you can see why they call it a hammerkop. Hammerhead, it looks like a hammer. Look at that shuffle, dancing to the tunes. Typical wading bird, so it's wading through the areas and just waiting for that moment to try and grab that fish or the frog. Oh, this is magnificent. Oh, he saw something. You can see how quickly it turned around. Oh, now it's using its beak now as well, poking it around. Jess, he says you think it's time for that dance. Jess, I think you might be right. I've been working on my hammerkop shuffle for quite some time now, so it has been put through a advanced course now, so the shuffle will be looking much better compared to how it was several months ago.
And it's obviously a very popular waterhole because if you look around, the grass has been grazed pretty flat around here, so it's probably a very popular dry season spot. And over the coming months, it's going to be a place that I'd very much like to come and sit and spend a couple of hours enjoying whatever came down, from mammal to bird, and even reptile, not so much fish. We've got some zebras there, and there's some impalas to the right that are just kind of moving off, and then there's a little herd of wildebeest that's on its way around, and in the background there, the famed Dwarsberg Mountains, the otherwise or sideways or cross mountains. Johan and I decided that they probably cross an old track, possibly between Mafeking and Pretoria. And maybe that's, this mountain crosses that track, and that's why it's called the Dwarsberg. There are some elephants. A group of 3 bulls, big bulls actually. And I don't know if you remember me talking about the zebra earlier, and I said that zebra cows tend to have slightly more bowed backs. Zebra cows have, no, sorry, I was looking at the monitor. Let me start again. When we were with the zebras, I said that zebra mares have less bowed backs than zebra stallions, and so it is with elephants. And so you can see with these elephants, you can see that he's got quite an arched back, an arched spine, and that's what I was talking about.
So, look at this now. We've got an elephant right here at our camp. We'll give you, I always talk about it, but now you can see for yourself. Often get asked when I travel abroad, do we have elephants in our backyard? Well, in this case, There is literally an elephant in our backyard. Got the tents in the back. I speak a lot about the elephants in camp, and this is what usually happens. You know, they usually relatively peaceful. You know, we keep a good distance when they're in camp, but generally speaking, they don't cause much trouble. I mean, it's only that half-drunk guy who occasionally tries to do some funny things. Anyway, I'm not going to spend too much time here. I just wanted to show you that we do actually have elephants in our camp at times, regularly. I can think of worse places to live. Matt wants to know the current population of elephants. Right, Matt, conflicting numbers for the greater Kruger region. Some authors claim it to be between 20 and 30,000. All over Africa, there's quite a number, probably in the region of about 500,000. I'm not too sure about the Asiatic elephants populations. Even though their range has shrunk dramatically, where they occur in large numbers. Where they are protected, they have been protected sufficiently.
Just came across this hooded vulture, and it's sitting up here in this dead tree. But with this hooded vulture, there was a batelier sitting with this hooded vulture. So it's two birds of prey, and both of them are scavengers. So you'll find, if you see a hooded vulture, you see a batelier, you see tawny eagles, then you start getting a feeling that there is something around you, a carcass, some kind of food. And you can see this hooded vulture is looking straight down at the bottom of this tree at the moment. I'm not too sure, so I'm just listening out, if I can hear any maybe crunching of bones. Maybe another vulture will take off from the ground, but it is getting to that time of the day where vultures do not like to be on the ground. I'd rather perch up in these dead trees for the evening, maybe tomorrow morning again. But yeah, thank you so much for all the comments. Thank you so much for all the questions this afternoon. We really do appreciate it, and I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed this sunset safari as much as we did. And yes, I think tomorrow morning is going to be a great day. But yes, from these zebras, from Cameron, the 6'8" cameraman behind me, and from myself and the rest of the Wild Earth team, have a wonderful evening further.